Hey y'all, how's everybody doing? It's a little late, but I'm still up and we're gonna see who else is still up. How y'all doing? We got Renee, Miss Dogan, to you, Auntie Eva, Aries Diva. How y'all doing? Belicious. Okay, we sliding on through. It's after 10 over here, and I know it's after 11 over there. On the West Coast, it's around 8 o'clock. So it's a little late, but hopefully folks come on in. This is my first opportunity to really go live today, but we got to talk, honey, because Bravo, hey, Miss Nisi, they put out a sneak peek of what's coming on Sunday. And hey, Deborah Randall, all right, y'all, Housewives Talk is legal. Make sure you hit the like button and don't forget your engagement button on the bottom right-hand corner. If you're new, please let us know by telling us. You can say it's your first time or FTL for first time live so we can welcome you personally and individually because we're happy to have you here. Now, hold on, I'm trying to get my tea right and get me some tea since I'm up late. Running my mouth. I'm get this tea together so I can have something warm for my throat. Y'all excuse me. So I was kind of back and forth. Hey, sweet beloved, thank you so much. Catherine Bennett, how you doing? Say we do not deserve all these late nights, ma'am. We thank you. Thank you, sis. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, hey, Lisa Gordon, thank you for being 18. Richard Wilson is 20. So some of y'all home and ain't ripping and running the streets. Forever 21, thank you for being 19. Y'all, please continue to hit the like button. So listen, I was back and forth on whether to do this live at all. And I'm going to tell you why. Because it's going to come out on Sunday. It's going to come out on Sunday, right? And I know it's going to come out on Sunday in the reunion. But ultimately, I like my little tongs. They should. I think I'm going to keep these even when this tea run out. Hey, Tamika Graham, thank you for being number 22. So I decided ultimately to go ahead and review this sneak peek by itself. And I can give you a very good reason why I decided to do so. There's a lot of moving parts. This was like a 7-minute segment that they gave the whole sneak peek on. Hey, Latrice Dudley, thank you for being number 26. It was an entire segment. It was a 7-minute segment. And there was a lot of moving parts to this, y'all. It was a lot. And what I mean by that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5.5 pages of notes. Okay. So I want y'all to kind of take that in. If there was a little 7-minute segment. Hey, DSD Crazy. She's here to run that reflection corner. What's going down? Thank you for being number 27. Y'all, please hit the like button as you come in. If indeed, I'm going to double check because I want to make sure I'm telling it right. Speaking of telling it right. Hey, Amanda K. I'm glad you're here, girl. Speaking of telling it right. Now, I was told in the comments that it was Jackie's mama who had the children and not Doug's mama. So that gives that girl Chantel even less excuse for her behavior. I was trying to give her a little bit of understanding, like maybe she learned it from her granny. Maybe she did. But if it was the black granny that was raising them and not the clear granny that was raising them, then Chantel don't have almost no excuse for why she doing what she doing, which is very, very clearly racial aggression toward her sister and her mother, for that matter. But I digress. I was trying to have some understanding, like Candy and Escape, but apparently ain't no understanding to have. Okay, Tracy Lashley, thank you for being number 28. Thank you for being here. So I want to make sure I'm saying the right thing as far as the length of that video. Yeah, 7 minutes. So a 7-minute segment. If a 7-minute segment has 5.5 pages of notes, if we tried to cover this by, right along with the rest of the reunion, we would have lost a lot of the nuances. We would have lost a lot of what was said and what was not said. We would have lost a lot of the implications and what was being implied. We would have lost a lot of the body language. We would have lost a lot of information simply by trying to lump this particular 7-minute segment in with commentary or review on the entire part 3 of the reunion. Because I'm quite certain, even though this has been a very unorthodox reunion and it hasn't been exciting in the way that we are accustomed to, there are quite a lot of things going on. There's quite a lot of notes. There's quite a lot of, because there's been so many lies told, it's been a lot of people kind of exposing themselves by talking too much. And we would have missed a lot had we tried to put something that by itself has 5.5 pages of notes. Like, can y'all imagine what would have happened on Sunday if I had notes on everything else plus an additional 5 pages? And I'm sure by then, when we see other parts of the reunion, it may actually color this thing even more or differently, or add more context, or add a little more texture to the conversation. Y'all get what I'm saying? Yes, no, maybe. Say something to me. How y'all doing? Everybody asleep? Because y'all in here, but ain't nobody talking to me. Let me jump on Instagram real fast to make sure we haven't lost any of our folks. Let's make sure we haven't lost anyone. And I'm gonna tell y'all up front, Shamea is not holding up good on social media as far as the fans that y'all been eating that girl up. You get it, Miss Nisi? Thank you. And Amanda K let me know she in the house. Thank you. I appreciate that, because I'm like, everybody else just ain't studying me. Let me make sure we have everybody from Instagram while we're at it. Hello, Instagram. So I'm going to let y'all hang with us a little bit while we kind of get going. So what we're covering is the sneak peek that Bravo put out between Shamea and Porsha. It's very, very telling. Hey, how you doing? We live on YouTube. Come on over. It's very telling. It's very telling. Shamea really got caught up in a lot of her stuff. Real bad. She exposed some things that I don't think she meant to expose. I think she exposed herself. I also think she exposed her mama too. I think she exposed her mother too. And I don't think she realized that she did it in an effort to, you know, kind of break her neck to make Porsha look crazy. It didn't go so well. It didn't go so well. It didn't go so well at all. Tracy say Bravo loves breaking up relationships. But, you know, Tracy, we got to be honest. This wasn't a relationship. This was a situationship. These people were frenemies. I think Porsha has been kind of tired of Shamea. And I think that Shamea probably, you know, was kind of disingenuous. Not probably. We know she was. Yeah, she did make herself look like a fool. But at the same time, I think Porsha was kind of just not feeling her because, you know, Porsha's self-absorbed. Porsha's a selfish person. Hey, Vet, and I think she could feel, thank you for being 34. I think she could feel that Shamea wasn't really for her. And, you know, Shamea is only going to like them people that's really for her because she's only really for her. Hey, girl, where you been? It's been years since we talked. How you been doing? I'm live on YouTube right now. If you want to come over and hang out with us on YouTube, if you up late and you ain't got nothing to do, just type my name in on YouTube and come on over. Y'all, it's some of my old Cali folks. Hey, BJ Daz, how you doing? Hit the like button, okay? So, with that being said, I think she ended up telling on herself. She told on her mama. This friendship needed to be broken up. I'm going to just be honest. I don't think nothing good was going to come out of that. I think it blew up as bad as it did because they've been faking for so long. And I believe had they stayed faking any longer, it would have gotten a lot worse. It would have gotten a lot worse because however Shamea's feeling, she didn't just start feeling that way. She's been feeling all this stuff. And I think that it reached a boiling point because it's like, ooh, this is my chance to finally hurt her. But what if let's just say, what if she didn't get exposed, right? What if she tried and just failed, and then whatever this resentment that she's feeling toward Porsha just kept building and building and building? She might have done something a whole lot more explosive later on. I don't think this was a friendship that they should have been saving. This thing looks like a train wreck that was destined to happen, and it really should have blown up earlier before it got this bad, because this is really bad. This is super, super bad. So I'm going to go ahead and end the live on Instagram. If you're on Instagram, please come on over to YouTube, because we're glad to have you. We want you to come on over. We're getting ready to break down, like, you know, take our time and break down the sneak peek that Bravo put out about Porsha and Shamea, that segment on part 3 of the RHOA season 16 reunion. And I think this one's going to be a doozy. So if you're on Instagram, come on over to YouTube. See you there. Bye. So yeah, that's that on that. But y'all, this one is tough. This one is tough. Yeah, she was being passive aggressive, but she was also floundering. And what I mean by that is she knew she didn't have a leg to stand on. And it's like she was just kind of like breathlessly, randomly tossing out lies, hoping one stuck. And it was real uncomfortable to watch. It was just like, whoa, you know, kind of like what we saw online where she was like, oh, it was never a wedding. And then Porsha posted, you know, posted a screenshot of Shamea calling it a wedding herself. So it's just like, it's getting uncomfortable. If you don't really like people, it's best to just leave folks alone. Thank you, Latrice. I'm glad you're here. Forever 21 say piranha. Who the hell is piranha? I'm sorry. You just threw me off. I don't understand. Hey, X, what's going down? So I just thought that it was just a weird situation. It was a weird situation. Yvette said like she was drowning in lies. I almost felt sorry for her. Right, because it's like there wasn't an out. Like there was no explanation that she could really give to justify. Like, you know, it's almost like if you catch somebody in something, but they can say, okay, it wasn't the greatest thing to do, but I did it because XYZ, right? What ended up happening between these two ladies was that, okay, you got caught in it, and she couldn't come up with a, well, I did it because of this, because there was no because of. The only way to explain it would have been, I've been mad at you forever. I ain't liked you since forever, and this was my first chance. Or, you know, now I want to talk about it. Even though I've been talking to you the whole time privately, I ain't never mentioned it, but now, you know, what I was afraid to say when it was just us, now I'm comfortable saying with all the cameras watching. Like there was no out for Shamea on this one. Hey, Brianna King, thank you for being like number 41. Yeah, there was no out. There was no out for Brianna on this one. There wasn't. And that's tough. That's tough. So everybody watched it, so we don't have to do audio, but we're going to just dig into these notes. Deborah Randall said, I don't think Porsha expected this from Shamea. She was clearly excited when they began filming in May. Porsha's Instagram in May says how she expected them to have fun together this season. Yes, because Porsha didn't know that Shamea had an ex to grind. Hey, Jay Rochelle, how are you? Thank you for being like number 43. So wait a minute. Hey, Yanni, how are you? How are you? How are you? So real quick, it's a Friday night. And in the words of Johnny Taylor, you know, if it's all night, it's all right. But why on earth are we not hitting the like button? We should be at anything. We shouldn't be at 40 anything. We shouldn't be. We should be at more likes than that. Do I have any moderators in here? I know I got DS. DS, check my like count. And I need bubbles too. Because if I don't have no bubbles and no likes, then we could just scratch it and come back tomorrow. I got all these good notes. We in here. Hey, Brooklyn Queen, for you. Thank you for being number 45. So we got 49 likes. So it's 10 people in my house that don't like me. This time of night, and you're in my house and you don't like me. At this time of night and you don't like me, you should go to bed. Hey, Rochelle. Thank you for being 46. So DS, check them again. Let's see if they had a change of heart. And we're going to decide what we're going to do after that. We'll decide what we're going to do after that. because I'm a little confused and concerned and perplexed. I need y'all to hit the like button. I ain't even been able to play the like lottery like I want to because people won't hit the button. Seanitra Howell, that's my girl. Thank you so much for being number 50. E. Davis says we got 53. She said we got 53. E. Davis, she's number 50. So I know some of y'all hit it at the same time. That's cool. Magaline Lamar, thank you for being 52. Aries Diva, thank you for hitting the like button and being number 54. All right, so we're gonna keep a check on them likes. Treat me right. Okay, please. 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 Okay. So this is the thing. Let's get the notebook because, hey, Ian Nicole Junkie, my nephew in the house. Thank you for being number 53. So let's get into the notes. Like I said, it's a 7-minute segment. And at this point, I feel like it deserves its own review. You say YouTube be stealing likes, Gerard. I believe it. You know, they treat me so bad. They treat Aunt T so bad. It's okay. It's okay if they do me wrong. I got the Lord on my side, okay? It's okay. So this extended sneak peek, because usually sneak peek's supposed to be a little bit shorter than this. They gave us a full 7 minutes. And I'm hoping that that doesn't mean that by Sunday, we ain't going to have hardly nothing to watch. I don't want to think that, and I'm just not going to tell myself that because then I won't end up watching. Well, it started with the mama's discussion. Remember, that's how they ended on part 2. Y'all, please hit the like button as you come in. Please misspell your curse words. Please use your engagement button on the bottom hand side, the circle with the heart emoji. Send up bubbles. Remember, no bickering, arguing, name calling, or anything disrespectful in my chat will ever be tolerated. Hey, Ruth Ann, thank you for being number 63. Juan, thank you for being number 61. You just realized what the numbers was about? Yes, when you hit the like button, that's your number. Okay, that's your number. Okay. And also remember that your fave may not be someone else's, and like you know, vice versa. Just, you know, have a good time. If we got a difference of opinion, it's no big deal at all. No big deal at all. And just, you know, keep it clean, keep it cute. We crack 100 jokes and we can crack 100 more, but everybody needs to be respectful in my chat. Please respect your hosts, the moderators that are here that are not out having a good old time pitching a wang dang doodle. Respect them too, because I know some of our mods are out, you know, juking and stuff, and that's cool. I used to juke too. Okay, so that's perfectly okay with me. I support juking. And please like the video, share the video, and all that good stuff. And now let's get down to it. I was finishing my Hanzi lesson on Duolingo too. Deborah Randall says, how would Porsha know Shamea tagged along almost every season season was on? I believe there was only 2 from my recollection that Shamea was even remain in Spain after Porsha left early. Yes, Shamea did tag along for almost everything. You're right. Hey, Camille Fun. And that's a valid point, Deborah. And that's why you here as the lady who keeps all the conversation about RHOA regulated. However, I still have to give some accountability to Porsha simply because when everything went down with Candy and them, and they was talking about her and Shamea was perfectly fine, that was your first cue that was not your real friend. So sometimes you're going to have to read the room. The fact that Porsha realized that everything wasn't that cool, and so she didn't feel comfortable going all the way to Kenya with people that really didn't like her like that. If she had enough wherewithal to realize that that was not a good idea, she also is responsible to have enough wherewithal to realize that someone that you're not cool with because they showing turncoat behavior is still not cool. I don't care if they play nice. They showed you who they were. They told you who they were. And it's only your fault if you don't believe them. So Porsha's no victim here. Plus the fact, if we're going to keep it all the way, keep it clean and above board, Porsha has exhibited so much turncoat behavior of her own. I'm sure she thought there was nothing wrong with the things that Shamea had done. Let's just be honest. Porsha has shown herself to be someone that will harm a person who's a friend, use them for their influence, which is exactly what Shamea did to her. And then when you no longer have use for them, or you feel like you're secure enough that you don't have to be concerned with that person, turn on the very person that she used for influence, i.e. Lanithia Leaks. Now, that's just what it is. That's just what it is. So Porsha was not vigilant and was not, checking turncoat behavior because she has a lot of her own. Now, just because, right now we getting Shamea and whacking Shamea because, she embarrassed herself at this point. Sometimes what you put out is what you get back. And I said from the beginning, these people are friends for a reason. They're not friends because opposites attract. That's all I'm saying. Porsha and Shamea are not friends because opposites attract. They were definitely friends because water seeks its own level. That's just what it was. Ms. Nisa said Deborah Randall Shamea wanted to be a part of Candy Click. Of course she did. Of course she did. Amanda K said Shamea was real close with the Candy Coated crew and was. 4 years done flew by. Ian said Porsha has backstabbed Kenya, Candy, Nene, and Shamea. I've never seen her backstab Kenya. Nor have I seen her backstab Candy. Nor have I seen her backstab Shamea. But I definitely saw her backstab Nene. I can only call what I saw. From the time Kenya Moore met Porsha, she ain't liked her. So I'm looking for the backstab and the stab of the back because I've not seen it. And Candy started doing her thing when it came to Porsha. And I never understood the little weirdness there. So if something happened where a back was stabbed, nobody told us about it. Deborah said, I have to agree. Once they had issues the first time, it should have ended that relationship or at least changed the relationship. Hello, good night. And Porsha did not do that. J. Rochelle, who making stuff up? I ain't making up nothing on nobody. Not me. You talking about somebody in the chat because Seanitra ain't made up on nothing on nobody. That ain't even in my character, baby. That ain't even in my character. Let me put some honey in my ginger tea so we can get popping with these notes. So they started off, y'all, with the mama talk. They brought mamas into it. Oh, Jay say not me. Okay, I about to say, Jay, I don't do stuff like that. Okay, thank you that it wasn't me. That's right, Miss Nisi. Ain't liked her since she first came on the show. Kenya ain't never liked that girl. And I know why she ain't never liked that girl too. Kenya liked to be the only real pretty girl in the room. And she had a problem with the fact that Porsha was, walking around proud of her pedigree, as she should be. I like to see Black people from very good families, from old established families. And I think that stuck in Kenya's craw because of her own peculiar beginnings. Let's say that. Amanda says she was never really close friends with Kenya and Candy to backstab them. That's right. Toria, hey girl, thank you for being like number 69. Okay, so I need 12 of y'all to hit the like button. 11. Ian said you don't remember when Kenya made a pact. Her and Kenya made a pact to be cool when they was pregnant, had their babies. Soon as Porsha got back cool with Nene, she turned on Kenya. Porsha lied on Candy via Phaedra. That's not lying, repeating what somebody told you again, which is why Candy's fine with her and still mad with Phaedra. And 2, her being cool with Nene, that didn't make her turn her back on Kenya. Kenya could have still been cool. Nobody told Kenya to be mad. Kenya can't control who's cool with who. Kenya was angry because Porsha was a part of that alliance with her and Candy to ice Nene out. And when Porsha decided, I want to go back and be friends with Nene, Kenya was upset. That's not turning your back on somebody. Kenya has to learn that you can't control who people are friends with. That's why she backed Angela and Drew this season, even after she was tossed off, because she felt like she could control who was friends with who, and you can't. Hey, Black Smile, thank you for being number 70. So, to the notes. Hey, Sinclair Baptiste, hit the like button, baby. They got into the mama conversation, okay? Now, Porsha confirmed what we had done already heard, which was the story is true. She, Shamea's mama, Miss Sarah went and waited until her friend's business was being auctioned after the foreclosure, purchased it, did not even tell her friend, and we didn't even get this part, that Porsha mama, Miss Diane, didn't even find out what she did until she drove past the location and saw them taking down her sign and putting Miss Sarah's sign up. Now, that is some nasty business, and I don't care who tell it. I don't care if who you don't like. That's nasty business, and it's not a lot of people that'll do that to their homegirls. Now, I'm going to tell you where it gets a little funny. So now that's what I don't know, J. Rochelle. I don't know why she did that. Because the rumor and the story was out was that Diane had actually told her what she was afraid of. Like, I'm just really afraid that somebody would buy my location and open the exact same type of business and be competition for me. For her to say that to her friend and her friend to go actually buy the location and do exactly what her friend told her she was afraid of, that's some real messy business. Hey, Lulu's little girl, thank you for being 72, sis. You and Vicky Black, appreciate y'all for coming through like that. So that was true. Now, this is where, right, she could have told her first as common courtesy. Also, if that's your friend, girl, and she came and told you what she was afraid of happening and there was no way she could keep it, it was going to have to go in foreclosure, why wouldn't Miss Sarah say, well, let's see if I can buy it from you so it don't even have to go in foreclosure? You see what I'm saying? That was some messy stuff. That's messy. Hey, Belize and JB, thank you for being 76. Okay. So hold on. This is where Shamea ended up telling on her mama. I need this tea because my throat wanted to get a little scratchy. Now, yes, that's some nasty behavior. Nasty behavior. Now, Shamea trying to lie done told on her mama, and I'm going to tell you why. Yes, Jay, but I'm finna give it to you straight now. That's what she claimed. It was a hot mess, but I don't believe that. This is my thing. If the rumors we had, because we had the rumors, put a 1 in the chat if y'all remember us going live, and I gave y'all my Shakespearean performance of the drama between Sarah and Diane. Okay? Put a 1 if y'all remember that. If the rumor we got was true and it just got confirmed, all of that ain't gonna be true, and the beginning part wasn't true. That was true too. Said, I believe 100%. Diane told Sarah, hey girl, I can't keep this business. It's finna go down. I'm so scared somebody else gonna get it and open in the same spot. Diane said that to her. But by Shamea saying what she said, oh, they was already not talking because something happened before that. If I mention that, it's really gonna be a mess. I said, oh. So what I thought I had right. I was right all along. Remember, I told y'all for Sarah to do that, Sarah was already salty about something else. She just never told Diane she was mad. So she was hanging around Diane that whole time, mad about something else. Y'all remember me saying that? I told y'all then, for Sarah to do what she did to Miss Diane, for Miss Sarah, because that lady old enough to be my mama, for Miss Sarah to do what she did to Miss Diane, I told y'all she had to be salty about something else and didn't tell Diane that she was mad about it and was hanging around her, not liking her, waiting for her chance to stick it to her. I told y'all that. Thank you. Because see, people don't do stuff like that for no reason. The apple didn't fall far from the tree. They say that about apples and leaves now. They say that about apples and leaves. I keep telling y'all, Shamea got this from her mama. Shamea got this from Sarah. I told y'all this. I told y'all, but anybody want to listen to me? Don't nobody believe me. Don't nobody believe me. No. Say that's right. Bet Sarah's passive aggressive, and that's where Shamea get it from. That's right. There you go. Z Molly said Miss Sarah plotted against Miss Diane and Shamea been plotting against Porsha. Right. So now we're left to try to figure out, because Andy was finna try to get to it. Shamea didn't want to say it, and I'm like, nah, I said, hell, this is what we here for. This is why I've been telling y'all the whole season, from the time I picked up that Shamea and Porsha had inherited their mama's beef, unbeknownst to Porsha, because I think it, y'all know Porsha's slow. It took her a minute to figure out that Shamea was still carrying the torch for Sarah. She was still carrying that Olympic torch, like, mama, you ain't get it across the line, but I'm gonna get it. Porsha still, it took her too long to figure it out. When Shamea said that, talking about, no, they had a problem prior to that. If I say it, then it's really gonna go left, or whatever she said. And I'm like, so your mama was mad about something else. Didn't tell Diane, because Diane still thought they was friends. If they had fell out before then, Diane wouldn't have thought they was friends. She'd have been like, oh, she only did that because she mad about X, Y, and Z. Diane thought they was friends because Sarah didn't tell her she had no beef. Sarah was circling around Diane like a shark, waiting for the chance to attack. Right. And it just, it didn't eat her up the way she thought it was going to eat her up. Diane still turned out straight. And 9 times out of 10, I'm going to just say this. I ain't read it nowhere. It's just my reasoning. I feel like that's the reason Shamea was dying to be on that show. Because it's like, okay, well, Diane over there, feeling too good about herself, her baby on TV. You need to get on that show too. You need to go and try to, be Porsha friend. Go on there. I want mine on the show too. Amanda K said Miss Diane was warning Porsha that Shamea was trying to take her spot on the show. But Porsha wasn't listening to her mama like she should. I think Diane was an influence, but I don't think Porsha listened to her mama like she need to. I always said Shamea was sneaky from day one. Well, if that's what you said, you sure didn't lie. You didn't. You didn't. But I tried to tell y'all, Miss Sarah over there, Bible this, Jesus that. But I felt like something in the milk wasn't clean. Z Molly said, Miss Sarah and Shamea pretended to be these God-fearing people talking about praying, etc. However, the hearts are not in the right place. Oh, yeah. They weren't keeping it real. Okay, Toria. I saw that. I've been a black woman my whole life. I know sisters. I know the good sisters, the bad sisters, the sneaky sisters, the shady sisters, the shiesty sisters. I know sisters. J. Rochelle say Shamea's sisters talk bad about Porsha in that episode in the studio. Sure did. And they weren't talking like, oh, like, girl, you listen to us, like they was trying to convince her. They was talking to Shamea like this is a conversation they've been having about Porsha with her. You see what I'm saying? They don't like that girl. Just like their mama was holding, beef and smiling in Diane's face and then cut her. They was telling, sitting up talking about that girl, and she was waiting on her chance to cut her. And she was like, "Ooh, I got it. I'm gonna cut her." I don't know, Shamea. It don't look good. So they did the mama talk. Shamea messed around. Right. She got a whole family. I'm telling you, that whole family got beef with Porsha and her mama. They probably don't like that whole family. Porsha just so dumb. She didn't get it. She just didn't get it. And I'm just like, I said before, I'm not that kind of person. If you don't like my mama, you don't like me. If you don't like my mama, you don't like me. Like there's legit nothing we can discuss. Once you got a problem with Emma, you got a problem with me. I can promise you that. I can promise you that. Right. Tori say, wow, Nitra, this makes the season make so much sense to me. This what's going on. This is what we needed on the camera. I don't care what y'all say. This was the real drama. We needed Sarah and Diane on that reunion stage too. Say, or at least I never knew Diane and Sarah had a friendship. So look, so after Shamea done messed around and accidentally outed her mama, because I'm like, whoa, what the hell going on? You learned this mess from Sarah. Bet. So then she was like, why would you even mention their mamas? You ain't have no reason to mention. I never mentioned your mama. And I'm sitting there like, point of correction, Shamea Morton Wangi, you did mention her mama. Y'all remember that? Remember Shamea had that sit down with Cynthia? Y'all remember that? And she was telling Cynthia, oh, you know, yeah, our moms were best friends, or at least my mom thought they were. You were referring to Porsha's mother. You were trying to cast aspersions on that lady old enough to be your mama. You were trying to imply that the fallout had to do with Porsha mama when you knew what your mama did. See, you wasn't just attacking her, and that's when Porsha made that post on social media and was like, look, you can attack me, you can play victim when it comes to me and everything else. You can paint me as the bad guy, but keep Diane's name out your cotton picking mouth. And I wasn't mad at her. And that's when she said, you know, your mama did something egregious to mine. Kiana F, yep, yes, she did. Welcome, baby. Hit the like button. If this your first time, welcome. If not, welcome back, okay? I'm glad to see you. Z Molly say, I'm so done with Kelli putting her 2 cents in. Porsha and Shamea B. Her and Shamea have a friendship of convenience. We're going to get into that. Yeah, Shamea talked about her mama first. And then when Porsha responded, then she going to pretend like, oh, Porsha just brought up her mama unprovoked. Yeah, Cynthia somewhat was doing a little bone carrying and whatnot. She was. Hey, Linnell, thank you for being 84. Porsha was trying to teach Shamea how to play the housewives game, but Shamea had her own plans to take down Porsha. But that's why Porsha never talked bad about her. Never. She didn't. Deborah say, yep. And then the producer asked what happened. The producer could have never asked what happened if you hadn't never mentioned Diane. That's what I'm saying. She thinks she's sick. Uh-oh, Megan Groves, this is her first time live. Let me be the first one to type welcome in the chat. I need y'all to spam the chat with the word welcome. Y'all know the rules around here. We happy to have you here, Megan. You are such a lovely young lady. We're glad to have you here. Please don't let it be your last time. Please subscribe. Please come back. Please come again, okay? All right. Hey, Nashina M. Thank you for being number 87, love. Thank you, thank you. Make sure I got everybody. I missed something. My girl Tracy Lashley sent me a cash app. Let me hit the heart and send that bad boy back. Thank you so much, and I appreciate you. I do. All right. So, the welcome's rolling on in. I like it. Thank you, Delicia. Thank you for being number 88. I appreciate that. So, after that, you know, and I'm sitting there and I'm just listening. And at this point, I'm like, okay, maybe Shamea gonna like have a blow up and just come clean on some of it. I like, don't get me wrong, I'm not gonna play crazy. Like I thought Shamea was just gonna keep it real on everything. I know better than that. You know what I'm saying? I know better than that. I know Shamea wasn't gonna just keep it clean all the way. I knew better than that, right? But I thought she would have a blow up and at least some of it would be above board. But that ain't what happened. When she lied and was like, oh, you know, why you brought up mamas, you know, you ain't have no reason to mention mamas. Because to me, that's a lie when you're using deception and pretending like you didn't say the things you said. Z Molly says Shamea did a press tour about Porsha. She was obsessed and most of the fans were here for it. They sure were until they had enough of her. Okay. So look, after that happened, I said, wow. Then we get to Andy talking about chatter. He was like, well, you know, there was a lot of chatter. Hold on, let me refresh my tea. Said it was a lot of chatter on the cast from other people about their friendship and whatnot, right? And I said, okay, Andy, go on, get down to it then. So Andy decided he was finna get on down to it with the chatter talk. Shamea tried accusing Porsha of talking behind her back. And so Andy was like, yeah, it was a lot of chatter with the cast, and it was a lot of talking, behind each other's backs. And Andy said, no, not each other's backs. Porsha was like, not each other's backs, behind my back, because that's what it was. We ain't seen Porsha say nothing about Shamea. Now, while I may have my opinions of Porsha, I can't say she did that. We didn't see Porsha say nothing crazy about Shamea. Didn't. Not one time. Not once. The only thing Porsha did that I questioned, and I questioned it in the middle of the season. Hey, Cassandra, thank you for being 94. The thing that I did question was why at that at Angela's event over there in the ghetto at the bank, why she was acting like she thought Shamea was singing instead of not Shamea. Why she was acting like she thought Drew was singing instead of Shamea. That's the only thing she did that I thought was weird, and I didn't know why she did it. I didn't know what that was about. That was the only thing that seemed a little off to me. And then it was like a what's the word I want to use? It was like this weird anomaly because she never did anything else out of the way. So I don't know whether she was on something. I'm not accusing that lady of using no dope. Don't y'all go say I said that lady was on no dope. I'm just saying, like, I don't know if she was on something or whether she had, had a little devil's lettuce or a little, was feeling a little floofy. But it was odd, and then she never repeated the behavior again. So I don't know what that was. It was a weird, it was anomalous behavior. I think that's fair. I think it's fair to call it anomalous because it came from nowhere and then it didn't repeat. And I think it's weird. Right, with the song thing. I thought it was really, 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 really weird, right? Nisi, now why we got to go that far? I tell you, neither one of them can sing, in my opinion. I'm not going to go that far. I think Shamea has a lovely voice. I think Shamea would do great singing gospel. I think Shamea would do wonderful singing gospel. I would encourage her to get saved first. But I think Shamea has a nice voice. I'm not going to say that girl ain't got no nice voice. To me, Drew sounds like she whispering all the time, but that ain't the end of the world. She can hold a note while she whispers, and a lot of the new singers these days, that's all they do is whisper. So I'm not really mad at that either. If I'm being honest, I'm not real mad at that. But I did think it was, a little strange. And so Shamea was like, oh yeah, you talk behind my back too. And I'm like, she talked behind your back too. When? And it was weird. It was weird. She kept trying to, every time she was being held, her feet were being held to the fire on something. Her immediate response was, she was doing it too. And it was odd because we watched this, Shamea, and we didn't see her do it too. So during the chatter talk, she was like, oh yeah, she was talking about behind my back too. So Porsha was like, I never said anything behind your back. Behind Shamea's back. Shamea accused her of talking to Britt Edie. Okay. And Cynthia stepped in at that point and said, because Porsha was like, I talked to Britt. She said that was because Britt was coming to me to tell me what you did. Kiana F say something wrong with Shamea. She's weird or something. She's very weird. Very, very weird. And it's off-putting. The weird dancing around and jerking around. It's like she's a strange duck. She's a very strange duck. And I don't know what that is, but it is something weird. Something's really weird with that girl. DS say Shamea was sniffing like Scooby-Doo to have a problem with anything. She was looking for something. You're right. She was looking for clues. You're right. And so Cynthia stepped in and was like, no, Shamea, actually, when Britt came to Porsha to tell what was being said and what you had done and you showing text messages and stuff. Hey, Mo Walker, what's up, crazy girl? I'm so glad to see you. She was like, Porsha didn't say anything. She really just she just let that go. She didn't say a word. And so I'm sitting there like, yeah, so what are you talking about? When did she talk about you? So Cynthia kind of shut that down and was like, girl, when Britt was snitching, Porsha let it go. She didn't say nothing. So, we're right back at square one. You was talking behind her back, but she didn't talk behind yours. So then Porsha says, well, the friendship, we had a beautiful friendship until she got on the show, and then Shamea went left. So Shamea was like, yeah, okay, it was all me. Yeah, Shamea, it was all you. And I don't understand when Shamea does things like that, and her, even the affect of her face was just like, she was so exasperated, just like, oh, it was all me. Who else the hell was it? J. Rochelle said that's why she had to fall back on Porsha and Phaedra from 10 years ago. Yes, because she had no defense for the behavior that she exhibited this season. It was bizarre. That's the best way to categorize it. Shamea's behavior was bizarre. Deborah say, it was strange at the bank with the song thing. Maybe it was the sound from the cell phone wasn't crisp and clear, let alone they were at opposite ends of the table. I don't know. Porsha did have an anomalous exchange. Like, I don't know. It wasn't even an exchange because she wasn't even really talking to Shamea. She was just being weird. And maybe she was on the devil's lettuce. Because even the thing with Angela, she was like, yep, I heard something about Charles. And she was like, I was playing. Maybe she was on something. I don't know. Let me not accuse that lady of nothing, but it's just her behavior was weird. It was. Aries D would say, I think she didn't get much attention growing up because I feel like she does things like a child who doesn't get attention, like not unless they are in trouble. Okay, I never thought of that. I never thought of that. You might be on to something. So look, after that, Porsha was like, Shamea went left. Shamea goes, oh, it's all me, like it wasn't all her. Like, girl, it was clearly you. We watched it be you. Strange, right? So anyway, after that, Andy was, gave Shamea an opportunity to take accountability. So Andy's like, is there anything that you can say that you're sorry about for this season with your behavior, right? And she kind of, to me, she wasn't sorry because the thing that she could say she was sorry for was still throwing off on them other women. She was still blaming Angela and Drew for her getting caught talking trash about her own so-called friend. And I do mean so-called. So she says, well, I am sorry. Well, I am sorry that I talked about my issues with Porsha with these ladies. Oh, that you said you feel like that was to please Candy. I don't know. Maybe. So I'm starting to think Candy is one of the many batteries in Shamea's back. Could be. I don't know that. I don't see any evidence of it, but it could be. I mean, she did go on Candy's platform, so y'all might be on to something. Y'all just know I'm a little funny when I can't see it. Like, I be wanting to see something. Hold on. Oh, okay. A lot of times I want to see something. I want to see something that points that way. So when Shamea said what she said, she did it in a way that she could lay the blame on Angela and Drew. She still didn't take accountability for anything. I'm just sorry for telling them. And so Drew was like, why? Why are you sorry for talking to us about it? And so she said, oh, she wished she had a third party there because when she talked to y'all, y'all, repeated stuff that you said, but not what she said. And so she's still trying to insinuate that Angela and Drew lied on her, which we'll never know. We'll never know if she actually, if they told a whole truth or part truth or, whatever. What we do know is they wouldn't have been able to tell anything. Hey, Sharon, thank you for being 93. They wouldn't have been able to tell anything if Shamea hadn't been there talking to them about her and Porsha in the first place. Okay. So now we got to get into that of it all. And so at that point, Drew outed Shamea again. Drew outed Shamea again. Yes, she did. Ashley, thank you for being 71. So while they were having that exchange about, oh, you know, y'all repeated it like I thought the friendship was lopsided, but that's not what I said. I feel like at this point, Shamea's playing a game of semantics. Angela repeated her, oh, it's 11:11. Okay. But semantics, because when Angela repeated like, oh, I think Shamea thinks your friendship is lopsided, Angela was clear on the couch that day, like that she said that she said, I think, which if you give somebody information, they have a right to form an opinion. Now, if y'all pinky swore that she wasn't going to repeat it, she was mad at you. So she repeated it and she told what she thought about the information that you gave her, Shamea. So that's just how that happened. So Drew outed Shamea by saying, well, when it was me, you, and Angela out, Drew said her nor Angela asked any questions. And of course, we know Drew can tell a lie. She done told plenty. But, you know, Shamea, you put yourself in the jackpot because you done told plenty too. And had you not went to them to talk about Porsha, nobody could be making any claims at all. So with that, it goes back to when they had the Pampered by Porsha event. Shamea was trying to insinuate during that time that they were the ones coming to her asking questions about Porsha. Drew is saying that they ain't asked no questions. Because see, at that time, we didn't even know Drew was there. We only knew about Angela being there. Now Drew was there too. And Drew is like, but we didn't ask you no questions about that. She said, she said, you seem like you just wanted to get that out. And that you felt like you were in a safe space. And I sat there, and y'all know what came across my mind at that time? What came across my mind at that time was alliance. Because if she was already in an alliance with Britt and Kelli to take Porsha down, the only reason for her to go sit down with Angela and Drew to then badmouth Porsha some more was to make sure that she wanted to feel like she had the whole cast on board with the Porsha dog pile. Which also cancels out the lie that she told on part 1 of the reunion. Well, both lies, because the first lie was, oh, Porsha, you were a part of the alliance. The second lie was, I was trying to bring you into it. How could you bring her into something to take her down? We already heard you in the dressing room last Sunday telling Kelli, I can't believe Britt told her. If you were trying to bring her into it, it wouldn't have mattered if Britt told her, because you would have told her first. And now, thirdly, you had no intention of bringing her into any alliance. You were trying to expand the alliance to Angela and Drew by bad-mouthing your friend to them. That's what she was trying to do. That's what she was trying to do. Okay? Mo say, clock it. Yeah. That was the game. That was the game, my loves. So Shamea was really trying to be nasty. Oh my. Now it makes sense why Angela was calling her Shamina. Because I was like, why are you calling her mean? Because she responded back to you attacking her. Angela felt that bold to call her mean because she knew firsthand Shamea was trying to do something real mean and nasty to Porsha. Dang, Shamea. I had picked your side in that one. But sounds like Angela wasn't wrong about you. Amanda K said, yep, she know Drew and her was already beefing. Right. And she thought that she would get Angela by proxy because Angela and Drew was close. Or so she thought. Red says Shamea is wicked. This is a dark soul woman. Kiana say, clock it. She tried to turn everybody against Porsha. Yes, she did, honey. She thought she was being strategic. Deborah said, I agree, Nitra. She wanted to delete Porsha altogether from the show. That was the plan, it looks like, ladies. Z Molly say, why did she have to form an alliance? She a snake, period. But what goes around comes around. What goes up must come down. The things you do come back to you. Why was Porsha forming an alliance with Candy and Kenya against Nene, the same lady who kept you on the show twice? Sing it with me, ladies. What goes around comes around. What goes up must come down. And you can think if you want to, Shamea didn't know about that. Shamea knew all about that. Remember, she was my best friend. She knew all about that. She was trying to use Porsha move against her. They say I truly lost count on how many times Shamea has lied now. She has too, girl. Don't feel bad. Everything is foreshadowing now. Now that everything's out in the open. Shamea really thought she was the one. Yes, she did. She was the one to make a fool of herself. She was right about that. Toria S. says Shamea's strategy here reminds me a lot of Candy. Remind me of Porsha too. Listen, I'm not going to pretend like Porsha didn't do this. Porsha did that. It wasn't quite this nasty, but she did it. I don't know. I ain't heard that. So I can't speak on that. Y'all know I don't like to say what I don't know. Now, if you send me a link, praise the Lord. Now, you can send it in Discord, my inbox on Instagram, or the email. I will check any one of them, even live. If you tell me you done found a link and send it to Aunt T, I will go pull it up now. Red still think it was Candy in her ear. I don't know. I ain't seen no evidence, but if you got a link and you send it to me, I'm going to pull it up right while we're in here, okay? So look, after that happened, and Drew done outed and told everything. And so she was like, Shamea was like, well, obviously it wasn't a safe place. And so that's when Drew threw off on Angela. Drew said, well, and she put a little stank on the I. Go when it plays Sunday, pay attention. Drew put a little stank on that I. She said, well, I never repeated what you said. I never told nobody what you said. Angela went to looking a little embarrassed. She went looking a little embarrassed and was like, well, I only took it to Porsha because, and then people kind of talked over her, and I could see the relief on her face because she didn't have to finish that sentence. Now, we watched her on Carlos King, where she admitted she was being messy and nasty when she went and repeated what Shamea said. However, you gave her the information, so you gave it to her. Once she got mad with you, she could go repeat whatever. You shouldn't have gave it to her. Mo, you peeped that? Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, listen. After Drew then tried to, threw Angela under the bus a little bit. And let me get back to my notes where I was. And I thought about that, wanted to get it out. I say, wow. Hey, Venus Lacey, hit the like button, baby. Then we get to Andy redirecting back to Porsha and saying, well, Porsha, it looks like you were more concerned or upset about things that happened after filming, after the show, right? And so Porsha was like, yeah. So then we get some more information that we didn't have during the show because it was after the show. Now, y'all, Porsha say two of their friends in their private friend group came and told her that Shamea told them that Porsha did not want her on the show. She did not want, unless she was a friend of the show, she didn't want her to be no peach holder and all like that there. And so Porsha was like, at that point, this the same stuff you had the people on the show saying, and you done told this to the people in our private friend group too, right? When Shamea got called out on that, Y'all, why she played the same game again? Hey D, how are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Aren't you lovely? Welcome. Listen, y'all. Welcome D. I don't know if this one of our D's, if this a new D. How you doing? Welcome. Let me be the first one to type welcome in the chat. We're glad to have you. Please subscribe. Please come back again. Don't let it be your last time, okay? And y'all put welcome in the chat too. So first thing she holler, no, they was the ones to tell me you didn't want me on the show. They told me that. So I'm sitting there like, now Shamea, when Angela repeated what you said, I didn't say that. You was the one asking me questions. Them your words. You put words in my mouth. Now that yeah, Andy was part of Porsha's receipts, and was. We ain't got there yet, but yeah, he was. Shamea been doing this for years behind that girl back. You can tell. Yes. Mm-hmm. She sure has. So look, I'm sitting there like, now Shamea, when Angela repeated what you said, Angela was putting words in your mouth. That ain't what you said. Angela was the one saying that to you. You wasn't saying it. Now that it's people in your private friend group, they done told Porsha what you said. Oh no, they the one told it to me. I didn't tell them that. They the one told me. And I'm sitting there like, now Shamea, everybody lying on you. You going to people talking about this girl, and anybody repeat it back to you, they the one said it. Now I can give you, even if I don't necessarily believe you, I can leave room that it could be some truth to it when it's one person you saying this about. But every single person that come back and repeat what you said, all of them is just lying, and that's what they said to you. That sounds crazy. So I'm like, okay. That's when Porsha bluntly asked Andy, haven't I always wanted Shamea on the show as a housewife and not a friend? Andy said, yeah, that's true. She has always wanted you on the show. So that killed that noise. So it's like you can't even run with that no more. She can't even run with it no more. Mo Walker say for years, that's who Shamea is, talking about you as soon as you leave the room. She just like Miss Sarah. That is Miss Sarah's daughter now. I'm just saying. Say the question is, why are these people comfortable telling Shamea anything? Because Shamea hides who she is. She plays innocent, you know, I'm just playful, I'm just goofy, I'm just silly. Oh, I'm the good friend, I'm just so much fun. And you know, I'm loyal, you know, my feelings get hurt easily. Oh, I'm the down home girl, when really you's a green snake in green grass. Shamea say, Sharon say Porsha and Shamea's ticket to the show. Porsha was Shamea's ticket to the show, and peach holder. Dummy. Yep. That's right. That's right. D say thanks. I'm glad if this your first time hanging with us and talking. Please come back. Please, please, please. Say dang Shamea Andy Clock. Baby, Andy ain't holding his tongue. Candy been making Shamea feel like Porsha is jealous of her. I don't think so. Mm-mm. I think that Candy is just a convenience because she know Candy got a little extra grind with Porsha too. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes your ops link up, and they don't link up because one is influencing the other. Your ops link up because they have a common enemy. They got common resentment against you. You understand? Mm-hmm. She does. She does. Amanda K said, I bet some of the people that don't like Porsha won't care what Andy says. I mean, it don't matter. The facts is the facts, and it's out there. The problem is Shamea's been clocked. You're lying. You no longer can you use that narrative that she didn't want you on the show. And now I am having to look at Candy a little bit because y'all remember at the beginning of the season, Candy was going around telling people, oh, I'm the one got Shamea on the show. Y'all remember that? Put a 1 in the chat if y'all remember that. Mm-hmm. At the beginning of the season, Kandi was on social media boldly saying, oh, I was the one that got Shamea on the show, as though someone else should have and did not. As though someone else should have and did not. I see the ones. So y'all might be on to something. I kept saying I couldn't see the line to Kandi, but now I see the line to Kandi. Now that Andy has bluntly made it known that Porsha has always wanted her on the show. Okay. Jay Rochelle says Kandi wanted everybody to know it was her, but the problem is it sounds like that was not true. Because Kandi be lying too. Y'all just don't like to, admit to it. It's certain types of personalities y'all don't want to believe nothing about. They literally got to show up, riding a chuck wagon with Satan before you believe anything about them. Kandi met Shamea through Porsha and they became close. Sure did, because ops will link up. That's just what that is. Girl, not you can't stand Candy's boring tail. I don't like her either, and it ain't because she boring. Rochelle Denise, welcome. Another pretty lady. That's what I'm talking about. You're new. Welcome. Y'all spam the chat with welcome for our new beautiful sister. Like y'all did for our beautiful sister D. I told y'all we attract all the pretty girls to the front porch. We all hang out together over here. Rochelle says, new. I agree with the other lady as well. Kandi and Kenya both said how Porsha was a horrible friend to Shamea. They might have both been in on it. Rochelle, girl, they might have both been in on this. These say, if it was ever genuine, I hope they can move forward with no beef, but in understanding that they grew apart. I don't think it was genuine. Honestly, I think Shamea don't like her, like really don't like her, and she was waiting on her chance to get the cut. Z Molly says, have y'all noticed every time she gets heat from the fans, she makes sure to post a pic of her and Gerald? Yep. I noticed that. But I don't mind because that's her husband. Post him. Yeah, Kandi do be lying. Red said Kandi played this game years ago with Shamea in the middle bull. That's true. That's true. You welcome, sis. You're very, very, very welcome. We're glad to have you. Let me see. Yeah, she do need to leave that girl alone. If somebody try to cut you that bad, you be crazy to leave them folks, to not leave them people alone. You would be crazy not to leave them people alone. Okay? That's what I'm saying. Like, this is some dangerous, toxic crap. Deborah said, I knew there was some issue when Shamea went on her show and she implied Porsha didn't congratulate her. Right. Mo Walker said, I think it's been a long time coming, and has. Hey, Miss Sparkle say Kandi is a low-down piece of work. Is. But I've been saying that, girl. Don't nobody believe me. They don't, you know what though, Miss Sparkle? They don't believe me because they know I don't really like nobody. So because I don't really like nobody, when I tell them something about people, they just think I'm saying that because I don't like these people. But I really be telling the truth. I be telling the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Okay? So look. After Andy cleared that up, because Andy was a receipt, like Mo Walker said, that was done. So then Porsha was like, so after all of that, I'm watching this girl go on interviews. Hey, one who cares, go on interviews, tell people I don't want her on the show. And what else she say? That, the friendship changed since I got on the show, since I got a peach. And she was like, but why would it even have to change? And thank you, Miss Sparkle. I be trying. Yep. I think so. Retaliation of Phaedra's return and her knowing that Porsha finna be super cool with her like ain't nothing ever happened. That's true. Nene has been saying Kandi play dirty behind the scenes. Yep, for a long time. But people don't be wanting to hear that. People don't want to hear that though. I think Kandi, y'all might have listen. When y'all right and I'm wrong, I will take it. I've been saying I don't see what Kandi could have been in this. Nah, I kind of think Kandi could have been in this. I'm gonna go on and agree with y'all this time. D say, why accept the flowers with gratitude then dismiss them as a gift she received too late? Because she lied. One thing about it, D, listen. Liars don't need a reason to lie. If somebody don't like you and they're willing to lie on you, that's the reason. Any lie they tell on you, once they show you that they're willing to lie on you, that's the reason. Because they're willing to lie on you. That's somebody that's letting you know they have a genuine disdain for you, and they're willing to do that to you. Because that's harmful. Hey Nelson, thank you for being 105. Child, we talking about these people. Did you hear Porsha say she asked Shamea why they wasn't filming together? No, I ain't hear that. Sharon said, I remember when Nitra told the truth for the first time on child, don't mention nobody else's channel, but I feel you. Toria say Shamea was lying about obvious stuff that could be easily proven. But when you that type of personality where you come off as this homely, playful, goofy, down to earth, a lot of times people don't even bother to fact check. They just take it as true because, they can't imagine somebody with that type of persona just making up a vicious lie, especially something that could be easily checked. Their mind would be like, well, what would be the reason of making up something we could easily check and see if it's true or not? Because a normal person who really was that sort of personality wouldn't do that. Okay. We did, Rochelle. We did a whole video on it. I want to say like 2 videos ago. If you go on my videos, it's either like 2 or 3 videos ago. Yeah. We did a whole video on it. No, you all right, Sharon. It's cool, baby. So after that, and she was like, and then saying that, I didn't want you on the show. The friendship changed when she got a peach, that I was trying to sabotage her marriage. And so when Porsha was like saying I ain't want her on the show and this and that, she was like, well, you did. Well, I mean, that's what you did. I seen it on the show. I'm like, what you mean what she did on the show? That lady didn't do nothing on that show to you. Like Shamea really wanted to make that lie be the truth and it wasn't working. So when she said sabotage her marriage, she was like, I ain't never sabotaged your marriage. What are you talking about? You sat up there talking with Phaedra about me having a threesome. That could have sabotaged. I said it could have sabotaged my marriage. She's still bringing up an old conversation. Mind you, we just watched on Sunday. Phaedra was like, girl, we done talked. I talked to you before I came back on the show. Phaedra done let us know this girl come to the showroom all the time like they cool. Even though they done talked about it, apparently had already apologized. Phaedra apologized to her again. Shamea is right back with the bull crap. Right back with the bull crap. Now, so Porsha was like, girl, if anybody, right, you've been married 8 or 9 years, how the hell you still talking about that? How in the hell? Well, it's some truth to it because when Porsha said to her in that moment, if anybody was could have sabotaged your marriage, it was you. Because I kiss Candy in the club and you kiss Candy in the club. I say, wait a minute, not love in the club. Not love in the doggone club. That ain't what we doing. Kelli gonna turn around with all that filler in her top lip looking like she from Whoville, looking at Drew, talking about some, did she say they both kiss Candy in the club? Drew sitting over there smirking, looking like a mullet in the face. I don't care what y'all say. That girl ain't cute, and I'm not buying it. She over there doing this. And I'm like, child, stop it. And I'm sitting there like, Kelli, you over here barking like the Yokero Taco Bell dog. You need to be quiet. You clearly don't know what's going on with these people. And yes, Red, Porsha kept that secret for years. I guess Porsha said, you up here trying to lie on Diane. You trying to lie on my mama. We're going to go ahead and lay you bare. We're going to lay you bare. And I mean laid on out there too. She better hope Mr. Mwangi ain't watching. Yeah, girl. Love in the club. Love in the doggone club. Say Kelli Hobbit looking self. Child, listen, y'all know about Master Frodo Baggins. Y'all know about Master Baggins now. Bet say, imagine writing a whole song about it to remind her husband, silly girl. I'm sick of Kelli and Drew too. I'm sick of Drusilla and Kelli Lou Who. I'm tired of both of them. Baby, she sprayed it. Because see, Porsha ain't got no shame in her game. She gonna go ahead and lay it out there, and she'll lay yours out too. Miss Nisa says Shamea basically told on herself, but that all she had to do was be quiet. Hey, outside the box. Thank you for being 112. Say right. And Shamea was also in the room with Porsha snuck in Simon's DMs. I don't know if she was in the room or not. We can't say that. We just say she said she was there when they met. Now, I don't know what that means, but she said she's in the room when they met. Now, that's what she said. Yes. D say, I know you don't like any of the ladies, Nitra, but would you rate your favorite 3 to 5 from ATL all seasons just based on if I had to rate them? The only one I like is Nene. I'm gonna just go and put that out there. Who could I give number 2? Sheree. Sheree don't get on my nerves that bad. Dang. Boy, y'all hear them crickets. Give me some time. I'm gonna think about it. Hey, blessed woman of God, how you doing? Thank you for being 109. Yes, and Simon said their first date was with Shamea and her husband. That's true. But y'all give me some time. I'm gonna think of a third one. I can't do 5, but I can come up with 3 if I have a minute. Yes. Rochelle said, oh no, Simon said she was there and they met at the hotel where Phaedra said Shamea hangs out. Love my kids. Welcome. If this is your first time, welcome. Please let us know. I'm gonna just go on and write welcome in the chat because I want to welcome here, and please subscribe and come back so you can hang out with us again. Okay, this is where we gossip and get it right. Okay, Porsha know how to play the housewife game. Shamea need to sit back and watch. Child, she was too busy trying to take that girl down. Thank you for the super sticker. It's my second support of the whole night. You and Tracy, you listen, y'all had my back and I appreciate it. It means a lot. It means a whole lot. But listen. So Simon is the one that said Shamea was the Porsha DM'd him. Porsha probably told him that. I don't know. Simon's a big liar too. And if somebody DMing you, a DM is texted, so he don't know who's in that room. You know what I'm saying? We can't take a man word for nothing. You know, if a man breathing, he lying. Now let's keep it funky. Let's keep it funky because we done caught him lying on some stuff. Okay. She said that's surprising, but I love it. Oh, I love me some Nene now. Nene, my girl. Oh, thank you. Jay Rochelle said she was watching, but with the wrong intention. Right. She was watching for her opening to cut that girl. That's what she was doing. Oh, thank you for my second super chat. She said it's all love for all the hard work. I appreciate it. Because I be in here you sweating. Okay, one more, and I'm going to go back to the notes. Amanda K said, the thing is, Shamea has been around this friend group and even at one of the reunions, so she should know how the housewives work. She does. That's why she thought she could pull an alliance, because she saw them do it. She was cool with Candy and Porsha and Kenya, and they was all in on the alliance against Nene. That's what I'm telling you. Shamea learned how to play this dirty game from the person she tried to play the dirty game on. But Porsha's a snake too. That's the black mamba. You wasn't going to be able to beat her at no snake game. Come on now. Blessed woman of God said, I love Nene too. She my favorite. D, thank you for the super sticker. Thank you for the support. That is so sweet. I appreciate you. Thank you. Rochelle said, yes. He said she was there both times, and Shamea and her husband was there when they first met. Yeah, she met there when they first met and all that. But just because he said it, I don't take no man word for nothing. I need proof when a man talking. I'm going to be real with you. If it's a man talking show enough, I need proof. And we done caught him lying before. When I caught him lying. Jay say, Porsha how to work. She saw it damaged the show. Yeah. And because she was part of it. Of course, you see how it worked when you in it. Raphael, thank you for the super sticker. Oh, listen, if I went black eyed blush. Thank y'all. Toria say Shamea clearly didn't retain what she learned and didn't. Okay. Listen, this too much. Oh, thank you for the yellow heart. I appreciate that. Hold on. We got somebody named Passion. Welcome, Passion. Thank you for being like number 115. She say free 99. First time here. Oh, y'all, we first time live, Miss Passion. Y'all know what to do. Spam the chat with the word welcome. Passion, welcome, girl. Please come back. And I like your flavor. She say free 99. I love free 99. Love is free. I appreciate support, but I appreciate love too. I take all that. It all spin with me. Z Molly say at this point, Simon would never say anything good or positive about Porsha. He's been hating her before he was taking the ice. Now he's out and would stop at nothing to rubbish her. Right. And the gag is he gonna have to find somebody with deep hatred to care what he got to say. Because I might not like her, but I'm not finna listen to no man over no woman. And you ain't got no proof. Love my kids say can't have an alliance with housewives without a house husband. Now that's deep. Okay. So that's true. But between Simon and Shamea at this point, I don't know which one to believe. There you go. Now that's where I am. I don't know who to believe. He say this, she say that. But when I'm dealing with two liars and one of them is a man, I'm going to need some proof. Thank y'all for spamming the chat with the word welcome. Blessed woman of God say Shamea don't have star power, period. Probably because she not being her authentic self. Dee say, I really wanted a bestie turn-up season with Porsha and Shamea. It went so left. Yeah, because Shamea came in with her hands dirty. She came in with dirty hands. Oh, you welcome. Outside the box say he really didn't come down too hard on her yet anyway. I mean, you know, he's just, I mean, what can he really do? Like, what do you have? Can he demand, like, custody of her puppy? Like, there's not a lot he can do. Sharon said, no wonder Shamea's husband didn't want her on that show. She's an embarrassment. Ooh, that's harsh. You ain't wrong, but okay. Deborah said, yeah, he lied, saying it was tequila that made him get together with Porsha as if he was drunk for 3 years. Thank you. And this is why I don't believe nothing Shrek got to say. Shrek tell 100 lies. What I need him to do is be happy. Ice gave him a ticket back home to Far, Far Away. Ain't that where Shrek from? Far, Far Away. So look, back to the notes. Now, after she said that, Porsha outed her and was like, girl, I kiss Candy, you kiss Candy in the club. Everybody sitting there like, child, this is crazy. Phaedra was like, girl, this is from 2016. And Porsha said, yeah, and she done brought it up this season on Housewives to have a reason to be mad. I'm just like, wow, bringing not Housewives. She's saying interviews for this season, during this season, you know, so she'll have a reason to be mad. Okay. At that point, next page, Porsha said, I do just as much pressure as you, and probably more because I've been on the show longer. So Kelli over there wanting to get in it so bad, like, So Porsha was like, well, she was like, ain't nobody taking no dig, so I don't know what you for. She was like, oh, it's a little bit of a dig. Girl, how was it a dig? It's the truth. The only way that could have been a dig is if that was a sore spot for Shamea. And my thing is, why would Porsha being on the show longer than you is just a fact? How could that be a sore spot? Think about that. Honestly, think about that, y'all. Just for a minute. Because I want to see if we can make this make sense, right? Because after Kelli was like, oh, it's a little bit of a dig. And so Shamea was like, yeah, it was a dig. It was a dig. How could it be a dig unless it was a sore spot? If I say, we kind of dressed alike, but you know, if me and you got on the same dress, or like I got my scarf on, because y'all know I be hot and cold at the same time. So I got on my scarf, right? And let's just say I'm gonna just hit. Hold on, I didn't hit the wrong thing. I'm gonna hit somebody's name because I gotta make a point. Okay, Mo, and I'm gonna say me and Mo got on the same scarf except mine green. If Mo's on is yellow and mine's green, and we both got on the same scarf. This came back. One of my friends brought this back from me from Turkey. It's silk, it's comfortable, it's warm, it's cool, it's all that, right? And I love it. And I gave Mo one, and I kept one. And hers gold colored and mine green. If I say, well, we both got the same scarf, Mo, but mine green, is that a dig? Answer me in the chat. Is that a dig? Because I'm gonna show y'all something in 1 second. Is that a dig? That's all I want to know. Yes, she wanted to be seen. Okay, you're a 1996 Olympic gold medalist. All right. Well, congratulations to you. That is wonderful. I just want to know if that's a dig, y'all. So y'all saying no, it's not a dig. And Mo say hers is cuter. Now that might be a dig. See, Mo won't want me to know that gold look better on her than it look on me, right? Yeah. But just on itself, just saying something that's true, it ain't no dig. I see a lot of no's in the chat. I see a whole lot of no, that ain't no dig. It ain't no dig. Okay, bet. But if you do it like Mo said, man, look better, then I could see that being a dig. It might be a playful dig, but that could be a dig because it's a comparison. So Porsha saying, well, I probably did more because I've been on the show longer. That wasn't a dig. But for somebody to say that it's a dig, it means that that's a sensitive spot to you. Y'all get where I'm coming from? Give me a 2 if you want to. Just type a number 2 in the chat if you see where I'm coming from. You would only feel like the person could have possibly been saying something to make you feel a way if what they said made you feel a way. Oh, I see the 2. So y'all picking up what I'm putting down. So now I got to wonder, Shamea, why do you feel a way about the fact that Porsha been on that show longer than you? Let's get down to it. Shamea, why do you feel a way about Porsha being on that show longer than you? Why does that bother you that Porsha been on that show longer than you? So much so that she can't even mention it just as a statement to explain why she probably did more press runs than you. See, this is where Shamea keeps outing herself. She's one of them people, she's calculated, she's manipulative, but she's not very bright. Hey, Cecilia Norwood, she's not bright. She doesn't realize that when she's talking, anybody with more than 2 neurons, more than 2 synapses that are firing, is going to pick up what you're saying about yourself. You are sitting here telling us that the fact that Porsha been on that show longer than you is bothering you. And the fact that she brought you in as her friend and got you on the same platform, and y'all do know friends do get a check. They don't work for free. So she brought you in as a friend of, you're also getting a check. Why is it a sore spot that she was there longer than you when she brought you into it with her, right along with her? See, this is what lets me know that Porsha being on that show is part of why you're angry. You're angry because she's on that show. Shamea, how deep does this thing between you and your mama run? This thing that your mama got for Diane and you got for Diane's daughter, how deep does it run? It made her feel less than, but why? That's what we got to figure out. Because Porsha being on that show, being able to stay on that show, being able to be popular on that show, being able to develop her own fan base. Because while I might not be crazy about Porsha, it's a lot of people that are in her fan base that are crazy about Porsha. And something about that is digging at Shamea. And she keeps telling on herself. Just like that comment when they had that one-on-one sit down, and she was like, I mean, it don't feel, I mean, it's new territory for me to have a peach. I guess it don't feel good. she's fixated. She's hyper fixated on, I have a peach now. I have a peach now. I have a peach now. That's weird. Outside the box, I think she felt she deserved it more than Porsha all this time, her slip showing. Right, but based on what though? Based on what though? It's giving that she felt like I was married. Well, she wasn't married yet because she married that first guy and she said he was abusive. And I'm glad she got away from him because don't no woman deserve to have no man hitting upside the head. I guess maybe she felt like, okay, well, once I got married, that should have been me. It should have been mine. Maybe she felt like Porsha only got the opportunity because her family has a name in the community and it gives her status. I think that status that Porsha gets from her family name, maybe her too. I think there's more than one thing going on here at a time, y'all. We gotta remember, more than one thing can be true at a time. Yvette say because it's been her dream, and I can almost hear her mother telling her, "You'll do it better than Porsha." Probably. Passion say, in a wannabe's mind, it is the hole they digging is getting deeper and deeper. That's true. But see, y'all, this is how I want y'all to like pay attention to this, like in a way of like real life application. This is how you can end up with somebody that you think is a friend that's in a secret competition with you. I don't think Porsha got it. I don't think Porsha put together. Shamea was in a secret competition with her. So it bothers Shamea because Porsha lights up a room. All of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure she's got reasons in her mind like, oh, they only like her because of this or that. I don't know what she said to herself because Shamea won't be forthcoming. She won't be forthcoming. She won't just say. But a lot of y'all in here, because, you know, this is the home of the pretty girls. A lot of y'all are beautiful girls. I to tell you, some of y'all probably got people right now in your lives who are in secret competition, and you're the only one who doesn't know. So you have to be careful. Don't be like Porsha. Like Porsha, you know, is about 6 eggs short a dozen. Don't y'all be like Porsha and be walking around clueless to the fact that some of these people really don't dig y'all. Blessed woman of God says Shamea has hatred for Porsha. Look how she looked when she walked out. Oh, yes. The way she looked at Porsha at part 1 when she walked out, you would think that Porsha was doing to her what she had done to Porsha. Definitely. But it's like, it seems so poisonous, like it's so harsh. Shamea wanted to be the it girl and she not. You think Shamea's family and Candy and who else? I mean, it's okay to want to be famous. I wouldn't want to be famous. Her slip, yeah, that slip bagging around her ankles at this point. Hey, Smith Johnson. She does. That's true. Toria say, yep, she's very insecure when it comes to Porsha, but she shouldn't be because she's pretty too. Shamea's pretty. Her behavior is kind of weird and awkward and off-putting, but she's pretty. Z Molly said, imagine Shamea coming back with all that twerking and goofiness. The problem is her twerking goofiness is going to look awkward because she needs somebody who's actually a fun girl to play off of. That Shamea don't have the it factor P Willie do. True. But I don't know. Like, I can't analyze these people, but I can tell you she got to go talk to somebody because there's no reason for she to have self-esteem. Like all season, she kept saying her back was big. And I'm like, Shamea got a bomb figure. Why does she keep saying that? Love my kids. Thank you for the super chat. She says the people and Shamea thought she would be that. Unfortunately, Porsha knows the game of chess. That's true. That's very true. So could it be that Porsha on the Housewives and Porsha ain't married, but when Porsha came on the show, she very much married. So that's the thing. You can come on the show married. It's a housewife show. She came on as a housewife. Once you divorce, then people not gonna fire you just because you got divorced. Housewives love divorces. Bravo loves seeing, especially if it's black folks, they love a divorce. That's a guaranteed contract. But that could be how she feels. That could be one of the things that's bothering her. So that's why you can never be friends with someone who's friends with your enemy or someone who fell out with your mama. Yeah, no. Hey, RJ. Yep. Oh boy, y'all digging deep in the bag today. Some of y'all could be therapists. Say she worked for the spotlight all her life and Porsha got it without trying. Yeah, she could feel that way. She could feel that way. So y'all know I got to get back to the notes now. I got to get back to the notes. I like what y'all cooking with. So back to the notes. So after all of that, Kelli did the instigating. They talking about it was a dig grab, and it wasn't. Shamea outed herself saying it was a dig. So Porsha was basically saying, I did all these press runs. People asked me the exact same questions as you, and I never disparaged you. I never disparaged our friendship. And she's not wrong. I'm gonna be honest. She's not wrong. We never do it. Not in the interview, not during the season. She never did it once. And she, I was asked all of the same questions, and that's something I said. The matter of fact, that's the same thing I said about Cynthia when it came to Kenya. And a lot of people was like, no, she just was answering questions. That's bullcrap. That's bullcrap. And I'm gonna tell you something else since I'm talking. That's why it was odd for me to see Cynthia have common sense and tell the truth when it came to Porsha and Shamea, but she can't tell the truth when it comes to herself and Kenya. Now, while I can't stand Kenya more, riding or walking, she pretty though. Cynthia was dead wrong. If Kenya was her friend, the exact same way Porsha was asked those questions about Shamea and knew how to gracefully not answer or give non-answers, Cynthia could have said, hey, I've already talked to my friend about that. She knows how I feel, but I still stand with my girl. That's all she had to say. But Cynthia sat up there and went on a press tour. And we know she did it for Bravo because Bravo was covering their behinds with Britt Edie, not knowing she was going to lie and say she was going to file a suit on them later. Okay. But that's what she did. She took the money. Them people, ain't nobody going to convince me that she did not get paid to go on that press tour, interviewing everywhere that wanted her there to say all that stuff about Kenya. She ain't have to do all that what she did. Just like Porsha sat there and said, they asked me all the same questions and I did not say anything to disparage you or our friendship. Cynthia could have done the exact same thing, but did not. And then sat there on that same couch and act like she don't know why Kenya ain't talked to her. Now, Kenya is trifling when it comes to a lot of stuff, but Kenya wasn't wrong there because I wouldn't have said nothing to her either. Nashina, thank you for the super. Oh my God. So sweet tonight. Nashina says, Shamea took RHOA out of her IG bio and deleted her Peaches photo shoot post announcing her addition to the show. I don't know if she's coming back. Let me look. Thank you, Nashina. Hold on. I got to look. I wouldn't be me if I ain't look. I need me some finger waves. Anybody over here in Jackson, Mississippi want to give me some finger waves? If I was home in Florida, I would know where to go. Okay, but I don't know where over here to get me no waves. Yeah, there's no RHOA in the bio. There's no RHOA in the bio. Yeah. Something happened. I don't know what it was. Nashina M, thanks for the super chat. Thanks for the heads up. Okay, I'm just saying. You say that's right, Nitra. Cynthia should have kept all that commentary about Kenya to herself. Sure could have. What it hooked me up. I want me some finger waves. Can they wave hair that's a little bit thicker? Or are they going? Because some of these new girls don't really know how to wave. They can only wave short hair. I need somebody old school that can wave your hair no matter what length it is. Because I'm not cutting it to get waves. Because you should be able to do it. Holler at me. You got my Instagram or holler at me in Discord or whatever. I want some wave. Blessed woman of God says Cynthia is about the check. It's about her check. That's it. That's all. She'll do whatever it takes to get the money. That's true. That's true. D says she neither asks nor takes anything away from the show. Nobody would be pressed. No, nobody. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Hopefully. Mm-hmm. Wait, she been doing your hair since you was 9. You see over here, Jack, and you ain't hollered at me, and you know I'm over here by myself. Aries Diva, I know good and well you ain't right here in this same town with me, and you ain't even tried to save me. I'm by myself. I don't know nobody here. Okay. Hey AF, you say hopefully she don't. I hope she don't either. Not Shamea's Jan Brady. Marsha. Mm-hmm. So look, back to the notes. So wait, normally they only take it out the bio. The whole photo shoot is telling. Oh, not Cynthia's mayonnaise, blah. Listen, tough crowd. You was rooting for her. I was waiting to see what was gonna happen. I was waiting to see. I can't say I was rooting for her, but I was waiting to see. Say yes, ma'am. If I see hey auntie, just know it's me. That's what I'm talking about. Are you in Discord? Because you need to be so I can get your hairdresser name. Okay, I'm not playing. So after all that, by the interviews and all that, so she just kept, she said that or whatever, and Porsha was like, she thought they had a beautiful friendship. Shamea said, well, I thought that we had a beautiful friendship until I found out Porsha didn't come to the wedding in Kenya because they wasn't on good terms. She said beefing, but I don't know what she's saying beefing, because not being on good terms is not the same as beefing. Okay. What? See, I don't know about fun. Auntie too old. I don't do fun. The most fun I'm gonna do is find somewhere to get something to eat and go back indoors. Or might go to a movie. I don't go nowhere no more. I don't, I don't go out like that. But I hope people have some fun here, because it'll be, I don't know where to go now. But listen. So she said she thought it was a beautiful friendship up until then. So I had to think about that thing. She thought they had a beautiful friendship up until Porsha told her she didn't go to the wedding in Kenya because they wasn't on the best terms. But Shamea, you only found that out because you tried to provoke an argument with Porsha at her Pampered by Porsha event after Angela repeated what you said, complaining about her. So now, Shamea, how did you think it was a beautiful friendship, but you was complaining to Angela and Drew about her? And that's what caused you to start the argument, or try to start an argument where you found out that she did not go because y'all wasn't on good terms. Y'all see how that works? Y'all see how that works? If Shamea thought the friendship was beautiful, if she thought it was a beautiful friendship, everything was great, why would you have been complaining? Why would you have been telling Angela and them you was mad because she didn't come to your wedding in Kenya when she went to the wedding locally? Why would you have been telling people she didn't want you to have a peach? You were projecting on her. You felt like she was holding that over your head or lording that over you. So when you went around telling people that, when you knew that wasn't true. Shamea got liabilities. Where's Wilford Brimley? She got liabilities. Yes, another lie law. Yes, Vet. That's true. And I'm just sitting here like, girl, I can't take this. Y'all know I start itching when people won't quit lying. A whole one. Toria say, this passive aggressiveness with Shamea is so frustrating. Porsha should chase her in her alley like she did that girl seasons ago. That girl Jamie, wasn't that girl named Jamie that Porsha chased? Mm-hmm. Yeah, she got liabilities. If you got liabilities, because she got it. This to me, this ain't passive aggressiveness. This is just out and out nastiness. You's a hard down, hardened liar. Like you, God, you see, it's making me itch. Like it reducing my nerves, all that lying. So I was like, wow, girl, we watched the fact that all that only came out because you had been complaining, but you thought it was a beautiful. Hey, this girl ain't normal. She ain't normal. Straight line. Good God Almighty. She won't even take a breath between them. Love my kids. Thank you for the super chat. She said, Shamea not built for this. Maybe she should try baddies then come back. No, do not take her baddies. No, no baddies. No baddies. God, no. Thank you for the super chat. Because them some roughnecks over there. Now, Shamea may be a hardened liar, but I don't think she's, I don't think she built for Ghetto Supreme. Jamie and who Candy befriended the late. See? That pattern. That Candy will befriend all your ops if she mad at you, if she don't like you. Remember what she did with Kim Zolciak. She had a problem with Nene, so she befriended Kim and then got mad at Kim because, after the tardy for the party thing. After that. Yep. And see, then she got mad at Porsha, or didn't like Porsha for whatever reason, befriended Shamea, and then here it go. Raphael, thank you for the super sticker. Oh my gosh. Okay. Thank you. Yeah. That's what happened. She go find your ops. She tried to be friends with everybody Porsha got a problem with because she faking phony too. She definitely not normal. This baby needs some help. Yes. She needs some blessed oil, a prayer cloth, and a deliverance minister. Because I'm telling you, listen, just like I told y'all, Manetta got that sleep demon on her. Every time she come on the screen, all of us start, she can't talk about it. Claudia Jordan got that firing demon. Almost everywhere she goes, she get fired. Shamea got a lying demon. She got a lying demon. She do. It's tough too. God dang, it's tough. So after all that, then we get to Kelli. Andy then said, oh, hey, Shamea, you and Kelli got to be good friends. And then he, slung it to us. I shouldn't have mentioned Yetta. God dang. Well, if she did, then good for her. She wouldn't have needed a tummy tuck because she's so slender. Tummy tucks are only necessary if you have a lot of belly fat and loose skin. Even if she picked up weight, she ain't picked up long enough for that skin to not go back. So she wouldn't have needed a tummy tuck. If she got a little lipo, then good for her. Long as it's a good doctor and they don't make you sick or nothing. Y'all know Claudia got that firing demon. She got it. Yeah, Shamea ain't got no lying problem. She possessed. She got a lying demon on her. She need deliverance. Don't forget, Todd made reference that he wanted to sleep with Porsha. What they got to do with this? Jesus? Are you trying to say that's why Candy really got a problem with that girl? Because that was tough, Angie, girl. That's what you saying? Let me know. Nashina say, Jamie still work for Candy today. LOL. Whenever Candy is on Amazon or YouTube, Jamie is the person she be talking to off the camera. She say her name all the time. Yeah, she got a wonderful figure. She got such a cute shape about herself. And she was using old beef to have a storyline and got tripped up. That's what happened. But it's all about the motive. Yeah, Angie Girl, right? He did say that. I just want to know if Angie Girl saying that's why, Candy still be looking for a reason to go at her. Yes, it's a demon. Anytime you got something like that just against God and you can't stop doing it, I'm sorry. That's a spiritual problem. I know I know a lot of y'all don't believe in that. I believe in that. If you's a woman and you just can't, you can't sit on your hot pocket so much saw at dinner, you know, throw a fistful of coochie at him. Every man you see, you picking them up like fastballs and just lobbing it, throwing coochie at them like fastballs and curveballs. I don't believe that you have a spiritual issue that stops you sitting on, you know, sitting on your little hot pocket. If you run around lying and I'm gonna think it's a spiritual issue. If it's somebody stealing and they can't stop stealing, I'm gonna think you got a spiritual issue. Yes, I'm gonna think that. I know it sounds a little funny, and y'all be laughing at me when I say it, but I really believe if Shamea is lying like this and can't quit, same thing with Drew. It's giving y'all got a spiritual problem. Y'all don't need no TV show and no cameras and no glam squad. Y'all need a deliverance minister, some blessed oil, some prayer warriors, and them ladies with them sheets to put over you when you fall out. That's what you need when you can't stop lying. So when we get to the Kelli and the meat of it all, Andy gonna ask, right, Toria, she don't think so, but she's a very good looking woman. She just, you know, I think she got a spiritual issue. She can't quit lying. Ask Kelli, well, what do you think was going on between Porsha and Shamea? So she say, well, it's this ship and whatnot with Shamea. It's a good friendship, and she does her all the time. She hope her and Porsha, you know, get the bottom of it or work it out or however she put it. And basically said that she, not basically, bluntly said that she wants Shamea to tell Porsha how she really feels. So I'm like, what all Shamea done said to you that she ain't saying out here? Because Kelli's a liar, but she got a big mouth, so she want to say what she heard. She ain't gonna tell you the whole truth, but she'll tell you the whole truth about everybody else's business if she know it. Hey, Chris Siggers, love my kids say, if you can blow up a bathroom when she met her now husband, give us the real. She said she did blow up that man's bathroom. She did say that. Mm-hmm. That's right. She said that. So, you know, and she was like, well, this moment, tell her about yourself or whatever. Porsha, this is a moment to tell me nothing. She said her moment was when they sat down and had that one-on-one, and her moment was when they was on the phone talking about it, and it was just the two of them. And now it's the, you know, be up on Porsha. This moment to tell me how you feel. The moment was when it was me and you talking. Okay, so I could kind of that, but I could see, you know, y'all know Porsha got this, you know, that thing where something ain't right with her, and like I was kind of twitching a little bit. I'm like, Porsha thinking about jumping over there. I'm glad I didn't. So she was like, look, just go ahead at it. So that's when Shamea was like, well, I thought we had a clean slate after we sat down and had the one-on-one, right? And she said then Porsha started getting distant. So I'm like, so you basically can't say nothing this girl did to you. Y'all sat down and had the one-on-one. You claim you had a clean slate. But then she was getting distant. Distant how? Then she gonna bring up the girl cousin Diane, talking about some, you know, even during Londy's funeral, I was reaching out and I couldn't get. You mean to tell me that girl can't grieve her cousin? Who does that? Shamea, I'm telling y'all, Shamea need to live. Y'all somewhere and head spinning around in a candy shot and her eyes look funny. Then y'all, she had a something wrong with that girl. At that point, now that then Porsha, I really want like doing this, and the other one was trying to roll. She about to pop over there. I'm like, and to change the subject because I don't like women. So that's when she was like, right, made that girl passing about her. How the hell is it's almost like she feel like Londy passed, you know, jumped in a coffin to spite her, or maybe she think Porsha into the casket to spite her. Everything in Porsha's life, I believe, Shamea thinks is all about her. Kiana F said, if I was Porsha, I would have got the hell on too, as you should. That's crazy. Red says she too needy. and has an unhealthy obsession with Porsha. Yeah, it's creepy. Like, this some creepy. I ain't gonna lie to you. I done had some weird people, but I don't know how I'd have dealt with that. I might have been looking like Porsha was looking up on that stage. My eye might would have got stuck down like that or something. Yeah, that's dangerous. So, like, are you serious? You know, and she was like, girl, can you not try to use every opportunity to try to make me look bad? And so she was like, you think I'm trying to say stuff to make you look bad? I'm just trying to express myself. By accusing her of not being available for you when her first husband just passed. Y'all don't think that's strange? Let me repeat that. This fool said, I'm not trying to make you look bad. I'm just expressing myself. That you was distant and not available when I was calling you the funeral of your first husband. First of all, most of us black up in here, right? I'm talking about black folk. We black folk up in here. We all black folk. When your people have a death in their family, ain't we supposed to drop off food and cases of soda and stuff to the house? Put a 1 in the chat if that is not the custom. Now, if you're not Black American and that's not your custom, that's cool. But I know for a fact, if you's Black American, that is our custom. If you my home girl and your granny, your cousin, you know, nunk, PJ Biscuit, Hambone, one of them, hey Mac, somebody get popped or somebody got the cancer or somebody just, you know, car wreck, whatever happened. We supposed to bring some food or some cases of soda and water stuff to the house. It don't matter if they already got money, if they don't need nothing. You either supposed to cook something. Thank you, Vet. Okay, so Vet is confirming that even in the UK, they also do this. Okay, this is what Black folks do. So if Lundy had done just passed, all right, you supposed to be her best friend. You claim y'all had a clean slate and wasn't no more misunderstanding between the two of y'all. Right. You're supposed to make enough food for a week. That's what you're supposed to do. If you don't bring a whole meal, you're supposed to bring at least a case of chicken from Publix, or, you know, you order a whole lot. Okay, Andrew Mack is confirming that in the Caribbean, same custom. Okay, there you go. Food, drinks, and a card with some money in it. Thank you. So my question is, Shamea, if this your friend, clean slate, y'all ain't got nothing, how come you ain't been by the house with some cases of soda? You wouldn't have had to been worried about, you know, you couldn't reach her during the fume if you was to the fume. Why you wasn't to the fume, Shamea? I'm confused. Okay, Love My Kids is confirming that in Muslim homes, you better not cry. Okay, we talking about the food part, because I need to know why she wasn't there. Why she didn't bring no food. Why she wasn't to the fume. Why there was not cases of soda. You were supposed to be over there with the family beforehand to make sure there was nothing that needed to be done. You were supposed to be there with your bestie to say, all right, so what you need me to do? If you knew the mama, you were supposed to stop by over there and carry a big pan of Perlo rice, a big pan of macaroni and cheese, some sodas, and put an envelope with some money in her hand. You were supposed to be there in person. And you up here on national television, or as Brandon would say, national television, telling lies, talking about, oh, I was trying to call and couldn't reach her during the funeral. I wouldn't have picked up your goddamn call either. Why you ain't been around here to the house? Why wasn't you at the funeral? You should have been at the wake, the funeral. If there was a fish fry, before or after the funeral. You were supposed to be there then to help fix plates and to help clean up the house after everybody was gone. Angie girl say food trucks are supposed to be there for a whole month with the money she has access to. Hello, she should have put on. And most say London was like a sister to Porsha and Lauren. Shamea could have had catering done or something. But even if you don't do that, let me tell you something. One of my dear friends, when she lost her daddy, I stayed up all day and night the day before, cooked all the food, loaded up the whole back of my truck. I had the SUV at the time with food, drove it over to her house, unloaded it before we followed the procession to out in the country to the church and then to the graveside. I didn't even stay at the graveside. I came back early from the graveside to be at the family house to help fix plates. I had brought my house shoes and everything so I could take them heels off and run around and help fix plates, and you stay and help clean up. Phaedra offered assistance, but Shamea did not. And then talking about somebody ain't pick her calls. Red say because the camera wasn't on. Ooh. Red, you know I'm right. That ain't how that go. Thank you. Not to mention the fact, when my daddy passed, my girlfriends took over. I didn't have to do anything unless I wanted to. And they stayed around to make sure not only was everybody fed, when I was getting too stimulated and it was too many people, they didn't mean harm. They were just, okay, you all right. You know, the minute they saw me getting overstimulated, they stepped in, so I didn't even have to open my mouth. They was like, y'all give her a minute. She need a little minute. She overwhelmed right now, y'all. My sister shout out to Lauren, shout out to Bree, shout out to Sam. My sister stepped in for me. So what the hell was Shamea doing? Love my kids said her cousin was family too when she wanted to make it about her. Yep, she did. How you gonna say it again, love my kids? How you gonna say Londa was family too, but then at the funeral, during the funeral, you called and couldn't get her on the phone when you should have been to the funeral? Toria say with a $6 million house and you can't cater a whole thing. I'm just saying you should have been on your feet. Right, Mac. Why you calling? You supposed to be by my side. You supposed to be here. See, Shamea, you about to get on my nerves. Like, for real with this one now. That girl just passed. There wasn't no reason for that. Wasn't no reason for that. Because I don't care how much money you got. You shouldn't be so high and mighty that you can't fix a couple plates. I know I ain't never got beside myself that I can't kick off my heels. Even if I'd had to walk around in my stocking feet and fix some plates. Yeah, Zell do work. But if she's saying Londa was family, you supposed to be there in person. Zell shouldn't work. Latoya Williams, hey baby. Shamea was there for Kelli. She didn't call Kelli. She went over there. That's when she had on that cute orange outfit. One of the only cute outfits she wore all season. You're right. She went in person then. She was calling for Porsha, but she went in person for Master Baggins. This is when you know who your friend is. Yep, that girl, that's when you know. When you showing up going through it and you grieving, them people that show up and ain't too full of themselves that they'll fix a plate or make you eat or comb your hair when you ain't combing it. Look after your children and take them back and forth to school because they know you ain't in your right senses. That's it. That's when you know who your real crew is. Okay. Jay say Porsha knew by then Shamea was talking about her and probably didn't want her around. But no, she shouldn't have had a chance to want you around. You should have been there. Because see, when something like that going on, you don't wait for permission to show up. You drop everything and get there. Tori says Shamea only wants to be friends with girls she feels more attractive than. She's such an attention-seeking woman to be married. Girl, now you said a mouthful. I'm just saying, that was a lot. I was like, nah, I know good hell well. She ain't sat up here and brought up that girl late cousin. Shamea get on my nerves. Like, I don't like none of them, but she's starting to like especially get on my nerves. I didn't like that one, y'all. I'm gonna be honest. I ain't like that. So I was like, wow, and this how I'm just expressing myself, and I'm not here to sabotage her, like she said, and I'm not here to hurt her. And this is whatever. But like Porsha said, you don't never miss a moment to try to say stuff to make it look like she doing something to you. Okay. And so I'm Slade, and you gonna tell about the Londa's passing and whatever. Then Shamea said she trying to express herself, whatever, yada 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 yada. So and so she was about, I don't want to make her look bad. Porsha say too late, because she absolutely did. Okay, right, Niecy. When something that big happened, you set your differences aside and you go dig in for your people, if that's really your people. Okay. Shamea said, I wouldn't have even known that Porsha was upset with me if Cynthia had told you, gave you heads up that Porsha already knew. So I wouldn't have known that it was beef. It wasn't no beef. We watched it on the show, didn't we, y'all? Put a 1 in the chat. Didn't we see what Cynthia told her? Cynthia didn't tell her there was beef. Cynthia told her, hey, Britt came and told Porsha that you let her see text messages between them. It wasn't no beef. We know that's what Cynthia did, because we saw Cynthia tell Porsha, I told Shamea that, Britt had went and told you whatever. And Porsha was like, that wasn't your place. You shouldn't have said nothing or whatever like that. So the idea that Shamea was like, oh, it's beef. And then that's why during the finale, we saw Shamea keeping her distance and standing far and far, far away. What are you keeping distance and staying far, far, far away for? Because Cynthia didn't tell you that girl had no beef with you. Cynthia just told you that somebody else had outed you. Did y'all notice that? So let's talk about it. When Kelli let her know that Angela outed her, Shamea was instantly angry with Porsha. So you talk about Porsha behind her back, and when somebody go repeat it, you mad with her. You wasn't even that mad with the person who told on you. Y'all done talk, worked it out. Which to me, what is there to work out? You created the drama, and then now it's clear. This girl can win and say you showed text messages, you talked about her, you done told about alliances, yada, yada, yada. Cynthia said, hey, everything you got with Britt done went and told Porsha. Now you mad with Porsha again because somebody told on you? This my new niece. Love my kids. If Love My Kids is minding her business, and I go call Deborah Ram, I say, Love My Kids bake me chocolate cupcakes, and she know I'm allergic to chocolate. She trying to kill me. And then Deborah go back and tell Love My Kids what I said. Mom would love my kids for hearing what I said. You mad at me for hearing it? Is she mad being deaf? Somebody explain this to me. Or is she just mad because what she was trying to do got exposed? Say she showed her non-appreciation to her surrogate after not seeing her until the show. I would always be indebted to her. That's true, especially after that lady health, went down after that. Kelli is using Shamea. She just took her twins on vacation just recently, and when Chloe went to the prom this spring, she got dressed and picked up from Shamea's house. She had all kinds of food there. Yeah, Kelli using them. That's why Kelli wanted to be up under her and not Britt, because Britt ain't got no coin. Kelli want to be around people who got coin and more than her, because her stuff looking a little funny right now. Vet say, so the only person Shamea didn't chat Porsha up to was Phaedra. Right, because she knew Phaedra wasn't going along with no lines. She knew that. Red say that's some gaslighting-ish. Yep. That's what happened. So, yeah, she, I didn't know until Cynthia told me, and I'm just like, well, you did it. You did it. Cynthia didn't tell you. She told you that girl repeated what you said and what you showed her. That's what she told you. Oh, and then on the Kelli, on the Brit stuff of it all. So there was that, right? And then Shamea says she told Porsha what Britt had said to her about her baby, which was something nasty. It was. Sadly mistaken, say Kelli trying to cozy up to get a loan from Shamea. I mean, listen, they got it. They got it. Oh, I love you too. Through your Leo heart. My oldest baby is a Leo too. Child, y'all clocking Kelli. Y'all clocking her heavily. So she felt like once she told Porsha, wait. Let me get Latrice comment. Treese say maybe Shamea mama is the jealous one and projecting on Shamea. I believe that's part of it, but a lot of this is in Shamea's heart too. We can only put so much on your mama once you're grown. You make your own decisions. You know what I'm saying? And it's really in her because we see her lying on this girl in real time. So look, she felt like once she told Porsha the nasty stuff Britt had to say about her pretending the baby was sick and stuff, that Porsha should have been like, you know, immediately had beef with Britt. The way I read that. And Porsha was like, look, this don't have nothing to do with you. I'm cool with her the same way you cool with Kelli. She was like, you not being friends with Kelli to get at me. You being friends with Kelli because you like Kelli. I was hanging with the girl because I like the girl. I don't have nothing against the girl. And so she was like, no, you know, and then Kelli jumps back in. Apparently she can't let Porsha and Shamea talk without her getting in the middle, talking about, oh no, and that those friendships are completely different. I think that friendship is strategic. Britt don't give a darn about Britt, nothing about you. She said she ain't never said she knew what was in Britt's head. She said she was cool hanging around Britt because she liked Britt. She got a right to like that girl if she want to. Why she can't like her? After all, Kelli and Shamea, y'all liked her enough to make an alliance with her. So why Porsha can't like her? See how that worked? Then it was funny for Kelli to say, oh, that's completely different. Of course it's completely different. It's completely different because you and Shamea is so close because y'all had an alliance. Y'all walked in this thing on the same team. And once you kicked Britt off, you was like, dang, I done made me a good friends with somebody that got plenty of coins. That's what's going on. That's what's going on. And see, she could feel like she could little sister Kelli. You can't little sister Porsha because she got her own. She probably ain't got as much as husband, but she got her own. And then she's got her own platform, her own stardom, her own fame. So you could never little sister somebody who in the public eye and as far as social capital is standing a little bit taller than you. Your bank account is taller, but when it comes to fame, and fame is obviously what Shamea care about, you can't little sister somebody that's somewhere that you're trying to get to. Love my kids say Kelli's a be more girl. I give her mad grace. I ain't giving her no grace. Because I know Sarah from Baltimore, and she ain't one of them. She phony as hell. You would think somebody that little bitty would be down to earth. Hell, she already down there. Ashley say, great point. You have to treat others how you want to be treated. If you wanted loyalty, you shouldn't have befriended the girl who confronted your best friend about being an ED thief. Yes, the ED thief. Plus the fact it wasn't just befriending her. You were friends with her, and that's why she went and confronted your friend. You colluded with this girl. You conspired. You conspired with one of the lollipop kids for her to go and confront your friend on camera because y'all plan was to take your friend down. That right there is what had happened. Kelli was encouraging Shamea to say all these things to Porsha. Yeah. Because they wanted Porsha isolated. That was the name of the game. That was the name of the game. RJ said, you should have done a reunion to Andy. You know they don't let Florida girls like me on TV. We ain't allowed to go on TV. You know they barely let us out the state. I give them 6 more years, and every Floridian, we gonna need a visa to leave the state. You know they don't hardly want us on no TV. They ain't gonna do that. I'm surprised they let me stay on YouTube this long and they snatched my channel. They don't like us on you know, in front of cameras and stuff because our mouths don't be right. It must be Jesus keeping me here. Praise him. So Andy, you can tell by this point, y'all, Andy was sick of Kelli mouth. He shut her up by asking Cynthia, what you think about all this? He ain't really need Cynthia's opinion. Andy ain't fooling me. Cynthia was brought in to shut Kelli's mouth, because by then Andy was sick of her over there. Girl, shut up. The girl you wanted to argue with didn't even come. She didn't. Yeah, we can't go past the panhandle. They don't want us out. You know, I escaped. I made it. I don't know how I made it, but I made it out. Kelli actually said Kelli is the little munchkin from Oz. I just said she wanted the lollipop girl. That's her. Bet you she got a pills. And she probably can do that little kick too that they was doing that little. Bet you she can do it. Yep. Yeah. Andy was so sick of that mess. He was like, Cynthia, what you think about this? So, Cynthia said a whole lot of nothing, talking about if it's a problem in the foundation of a friendship, the show gonna make it bigger, blah, blah, blah. Cynthia, you are full of crap. You ain't a friend to nobody other than your mama, them, and your daughter. And that's fine. But Cynthia ain't the person to talk to about no goddamn friendship. You just did Kenya stink. You did Nene hella stink. Girl, who wants you to stink? Like, girl, you ain't no real friend to nobody. And you ain't nobody to give no advice on friendship, Cynthia. Like, cut the crap, okay? But yeah, so that's that on that. That's all I got for it. And now y'all see why I went ahead and reviewed this 7-minute segment separately. So come Sunday, I'm going to refer y'all back to this video because we already did this. Now, if it's something new, I'm going to jump down. I'm going to get down on it. I'm going to go ahead and put the StreamYard in the chat real quick, too, in case somebody got something they want to weigh in on this. I tried to give it my all, but I could miss things because, I'm human and not a computer. Amanda K says Shamea wants the spotlight so bad, and that's why she's jealous. Remember, Shamea was even in music groups. That's true. And still wasn't known. All Porsha had to do was pop up on RHOA and is well known. That's true. That's true. Love My Kids says Cynthia was focused on her new man back at Lake Bailey. That's true too. Yep, that little kick. I bet you Kelli can do that little kick. How much you want to bet she know all the words to the Oompa Loompa song too? I bet you she know all the words. Oompa Loompa dippity doo. I got another puzzle for you. You can live in happiness too, like the Oompa Loompa dippity doo. I bet you she know all the words. But yeah, so that's that on that. If all hearts are clear and ain't nobody hitting the StreamYard, don't nobody want to weigh in on this no further, then we're gonna wait for tomorrow's gossip and everything else that may possibly come out on part 3 of this RHOA season 16 reunion. And I want, again, a special thanks to everybody who contributed. Special thanks to Love My Kids for 1, 2, 3, 4 super chats. I want to thank D super chat, Raphael for Raphael sent 2 super chats. Nashina M with the super chat, and my girl Tracy for the Cash App. Thank y'all so much for supporting the live. I want to say a special thank you to everyone who liked this video, who sent up bubbles for me, because y'all know I'm sensitive. Thank y'all for keeping me laughing, right along with me keeping you laughing, hopefully and prayerfully. And thank y'all for commenting in the stream. If you didn't type and comment anything, thank you for watching, because you could have been absolutely anywhere. Y'all could have been watching Netflix and y'all was hanging with Auntie. And I appreciate you and I love you for it. And y'all know what time it is. If you didn't hit the like button on the end, please hit the like button on the way out. Hit your notification bell. Make sure you click all so you will know every single time we go live on the channel, okay? Subscribe if you haven't already, because you know we're happy to have you here. And if you want to join channel membership, remember there's a button by the video and a membership link in the description box. Now, also in the description, we have the link from my book, Little Girl, Big World. It's a survival guide for girls leaving home for the first time. We want to make sure all of our daughters are safe without exception. In your life, make sure that they have a copy, because it is a big deal. The link is in the description box, and if you go to Amazon.com, you can also find it just by typing in my first name, Seanitra. Okay. And if you would like a copy and you cannot afford to get one, please get in touch with me, and I can promise you that I will make it my business to get you one for free myself, because we need to keep our daughters safe, and that is non-negotiable. The Discord link also in the chat. Make sure you join Discord, because that way you can keep up on the gossip, what's going on. We have a lot of lovely ladies in there. You can let us know if you need any type of support, or, you know, it's just good community, and you'll always know when I go live. We got the link in our description box for our merchandise store, so you can get your crown gear and represent the royal family. We got the link for my Amazon wish list in case you want to send some more notebooks, pens. Y'all know I take notes on everything, and the notes is what keep the show going. So if y'all want to send notebooks or pens or snacks or goodies or anything, that's on my Amazon wish list. I appreciate all support. We have our Amazon storefront as well, so you can shop for crafting items and things like that, and all other goodies. Okay, so listen, y'all, enjoy the rest of your evening. Good night. Say your prayers, sweet dreams. If you're out, please do not drink and drive. Call an Uber if you cannot afford one. Reach out to me, I'll even send one. So if you're out, be safe. Get home safely. Have a great time, and always be positive, be productive. Encourage the people around you, and make sure to encourage yourself. And in case no one else says it to you, God loves you, I love you, and there is nothing you can do about it. I'll talk to y'all again soon, okay? Good.